So, Charles Lancaster, how much are you grovelling for this time? The old man's voice was dry dust and jagged stone, a rasp born from too many years and too few fucks given. He looked down on the man kneeling before him like one might observe a dead rat twitching in its last spasm. $100 million, Charles said. 60 years old, but bent like a whipped cur. Sweat slid from his brow as he knelt on marble, his hands trembling with reverence. Or was it fear? The old man leaned forward, eyes gleaming like a vulture spotting a carcass. Such a tiny request, he said, the mockery thick in his voice. For a family as noble as yours. Charles didn't speak. He knew better than to interrupt a predator mid-taunt. The House of Lancaster. What a tragic ruin, the old man continued, savouring every word. You're circling the drain, your coffers empty, your enemies waiting like hyenas. And here you are, crawling, pathetic. I will repay it, Charles said. With 2,000% interest, within 20 years. The old man snorted, dismissive. That's your duty, not a favour. Why would I care about something so basic? Charles leaned in further, his knees creaking, pride shattering like porcelain. I offer more. You have many grandchildren. I have many granddaughters, all of them stunning, obedient, refined. Let one of your heirs marry into my line. He can choose the most beautiful and the best of my heirs. Let him rule like a king in Lancaster. Secure legacy through blood. The old man's lips twitched upward. Now that's a currency I accept, he chuckled, low and cruel. Write your contract, give me a token, something with blood in it. I'll place it in the hands of my newborn grandson. Yes, Charles whispered, head bowed to the cold floor. The Lancasters will forever serve the Kingsleys. As the old man turned to leave, his cane tapping softly against the floor, he spoke to his secretary without turning. How is the matter of my successors progressing? The plan is proceeding, sir, the secretary replied. As you wished. Your son was insufficient. So we're following the old law, the lion's trial. The old man grunted. And the children? Thrown off the cliff, metaphorically, and some, literally. Orphaned, forgotten. They must earn their way back. 5 sons have agreed to cast their newborns out. In 20 years, we'll see which ones survive, which ones deserve to wear your name. Good, said the old man, stepping into shadow. May one of them finally prove me wrong. 14 years later, in the blazing hellscape of a war-torn frontier, 2 nations clawed viciously at each other's throats, lusting after black gold and glistening veins of treasure beneath the dust. Through smoke and thunder, a merciless battalion surged toward the enemy's military compound, geared up in deadly splendor, grenades clinking like sinister ornaments, rifles gleaming hungrily under the ruthless sun. They moved as one beast, hell-bent on annihilation. At their vanguard stormed Alexander Kingsley, eyes fierce as molten steel, an RPG poised like death's own spear. His voice split the battlefield, harsh and fearless. RPG, incoming! With a vicious roar, the rocket tore free, screaming through smoke before crashing into the gate with apocalyptic force. The earth convulsed, steel gates disintegrating into shrapnel and flames. But the enemy within retaliated in desperation. A barrage of gunfire rained from every angle. "Bring up the tanks!" Alex bellowed, his voice a blade slicing through chaos. 3 hulking tanks surged forward, armored titans lumbering into the fray. Soldiers sheltered behind their iron bulk, unleashing ruthless volleys at every living shadow foolish enough to challenge their wrath. "Tank 1, obliterate that damned anti-aircraft tower," Alex roared. Instantly, the monstrous gun belched fire, blasting apart the tower in a seismic eruption of twisted metal and flame. Debris cascaded violently like fiery rain. Relentlessly, the tanks began their grim harvest, systematically turning enemy artillery positions into ruins of smoke and devastation. Alex snatched a satellite phone, dialing in with cold efficiency, eyes narrowed in savage anticipation. "Skyfall Command, it's safe. Bring down hell," he barked into the receiver. Then, spinning back to his men, he thundered, "Everyone, fall back! Let the skies finish this slaughter!" They retreated, step by grudging step, bullets gnashing at their heels, blood and sweat mixing in the dirt beneath them. Minutes later, the roar of jet engines shattered the sky, 3 predatory fighters screaming overhead, missiles erupting like vengeful dragons and scorching the enemy base into oblivion. As flames swallowed what remained, Alex's squad erupted in fierce celebration, adrenaline-soaked cheers echoing amid carnage and triumph. One of the generals stepped forward, eyes shining with awe and fear. "Impressive as ever, Kingsley. No wonder the world whispers your name like you're a damned god of war." Alex's expression hardened, indifferent, eyes as cold as a winter's blade. "Flattery won't pay the bills, General. Wire me the damn money," he snapped, striding dismissively toward the shade of a canvas tent. Barely had he slumped into weary rest when a smooth, alien voice disturbed him. "Alexander Kingsley?" Alex glared up through narrowed eyes, instantly wary. "And just who the hell might you be?" The intruder smirked arrogantly, adjusting the cuffs of a spotless business suit amidst the dirt and blood, a shark swimming arrogantly among wolves. "Call me James Bond," he sneered sarcastically, "though, in reality, I'm just a lawyer." Alex scowled, unimpressed, venom dripping from every syllable. "State your business quickly, suit, or I'll decorate this tent with your smug face." Ignoring the threat, James lifted an eyebrow theatrically. "Curious about your real parents, Kingsley?" "My parents rotted in the dirt long ago," Alex hissed dangerously. "Careful how you mock my ghosts." James spread his arms theatrically, his tone dripping contemptuous amusement. "Oh, they're very much alive. Last spotted blowing your inheritance at some Vegas blackjack table." Alex surged to his feet, the killing intent emanating like an icy blade at James's throat. "You're playing a dangerous game here, lawyer. What's your angle? Spitting on my family's grave for kicks?" James laughed mockingly, thoroughly entertained by Alex's rage. "No games, just a proposition. You see, you're caught in a grand game of thrones, Kingsley. Your bloodline's a cursed blessing, and I hold your golden ticket." A flicker of dark interest softened Alex's murderous stare. "Spit it out, Bond, and it better be worth my while." James's voice lowered conspiratorially, yet his mockery never softened. "It's simple. Enter the family battleground for the patriarch's throne. But first, you'll be a nobody, hidden away in some entitled family's mansion, enduring humiliation, swallowing pride. Gardener, servant, whatever indignity they toss your way. 2 whole years of swallowing their insults, Kingsley, without punching their faces in or snapping necks. Only then does the real game begin. Alex snorted derisively. And the payoff? I'm not exactly desperate for your pennies. Pennies? James sneered back. Finish the 2 years, and you're guaranteed $1 billion. Seize the throne, and you inherit wealth beyond comprehension, a fortune measured in trillions. Money that'll make your war spoils seem like spare change. James tossed a letter and a strange memento casually onto the dusty table. Take this token to the Lancaster family. Let them dress you down, spit on your pride. After all, you're the mighty god of war, aren't you? What harm could a little humiliation possibly do? He turned to leave, laughing cruelly into the smoky air, mockery echoing like poison. Who knows, Kingsley? Maybe you'll even learn the name of the parents who abandoned you. As James disappeared into the glaring sunlight, Alex stood silently, gripping the Lancaster name tightly, his knuckles white, veins burning with bitter uncertainty. Was this wretched truth even worth uncovering? He had always fought for wealth and survival, but to suffer humiliation just to unravel a past he'd long buried beneath bloodshed? He sneered into the emptiness, resolve darkening his eyes like a storm on the horizon. Alexander Kingsley, the mercenary king, the dreaded god of war. Perhaps it was finally time to face demons he'd long outrun. 16 years later. The Lancaster estate glowed with the hollow joy of a birthday celebration. Lanterns flickered, laughter echoed, champagne poured. But the air was thick, too thick, like everyone was holding in a secret too big to swallow. Charles Lancaster sat in his gilded chair, a once feared name now reduced to a fragile body propped by meds and memory loss. His wife, young and razor-sharp, orchestrated the event like a general at war. Among the grandchildren, 12 in total, a boy stood out. Not because of pride, but absence of it. Alexander Kingsley, the orphan. The stray dog, dressed in borrowed silk. Alexander Kingsley, called Malvin Lancaster, sitting smugly at the family table. Yes, uncle, Alex said, walking quickly. Polish my shoes. $3,000 a pair. One scratch, and I'll have you cleaning toilets with your tongue. Alex bowed. Yes, sir. He picked up the shoes from under the table and disappeared inside. Malvin grinned and turned to his brother Julius. You have the best lapdog. I want one that obedient. Where do I find one? Julius sneered. He's not mine. He's a damn curse. My daughter Sophia was forced into marriage with that thing, that orphan. My biggest shame. Michelle, Julius's wife, scoffed. My daughter, a flower, married to street trash. If I had one regret in life, it's not strangling that marriage before it began. Then divorce him, barked the only daughter of Charles. Why let filth stain the Lancaster name? Michelle exhaled, glancing at the old man. Because he arranged it, the senile. He saw the orphan holding one of our heirlooms, no one knows how he got it, and asked us, who is the most beautiful granddaughter I have? Of course I said, my Sophia. She's the most beautiful. She's a model, the smartest, the pride of our city. Then that old man said, let him marry Sophia, the most beautiful granddaughter. Let him rule like a king over all of you. And I, like a fool, knowing full well what I was doing, handed my granddaughter over to the worst fate imaginable. Michelle slammed her glass down. And now he's here, breathing our air, eating our food, dragging our name through the mud, especially mine. God, I wish I could kill him, throw him out of this family for good. What kind of karma did I earn to deserve him as a son-in-law? Meanwhile, Alex was in the bathroom polishing Malvin's shoes when two young men stumbled in. One bumped into him, knocking the shoes from his hands. "Oh, did I hit something?" one asked with a smirk. "Don't see anything," the other replied, laughing as they walked off. Face burning, Alex picked up the shoes, repolished them, and returned. "Done?" Malvin asked. "Yes." "Then put them on my feet." Alex knelt under the table. As he did, the two men arrived, sneering. "Father, I saw him in the bathroom. Looked like he threw your shoes. Out of rage, maybe. Frustrated little peasant." Malvin's face twisted. "You dare damage my property?" "It fell," Alex started, but Malvin struck him across the face, hard and fast. "Don't speak. You're worse than a dog. At least dogs have loyalty. Now, lick my shoes." Alex's pulse thundered. Shame flushed his face. Rage welled in his throat. He looked up, eyes locked with Malvin's. "Oh," said another cousin, "you look angry. Dog." He slapped Alex, harder than the first. "You dare look at your betters with defiance? You're lucky we haven't thrown you back to the streets. You're a stray we let eat from our table. Be grateful, Kingsley. Be grateful we even let you exist here."
Hey amazing viewers, it's Alexander Kingsley here. Thanks for sticking with us. By the time of the release of this video, only 8% of our viewers have joined the party by subscribing, and 92% of you might miss out on our next mind-blowing video. So what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and join the exclusive club.